liquidity, where you find out how not to be fucking exit liquidity.
All right, episode 10. This is a somewhat of a milestone. Episode 10.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think of it that way.
Back again. So I think we start off talking about Arbitrum just because we just did a bit. Mostly about your full circle thought process of like feeling like holy shit, let's ape into every ecosystem. And then when I gave you that realization that you shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, looking back now, I guess it's obvious, but like, of all the narratives that have happened since like the bear market started, like all of them were like cautioned in some way, I think. Like I could step back with all of them and like kind of realize when it was starting to get like too frothy, like too euphoric. But now with this one, at least not until like we started talking about it, until you like held me back a little. Which is interesting.
Did you get that?
I think.
Did you get that with like I feel like we both just came off like a NFT wave before the ARB stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel that happen at all with like the NFT stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it coincided right around when like feed picks blew up. That was when I was thinking like
oh, that's when you were thinking about it.
Much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I don't think I did anything to, I guess, like risk off too much. I guess I stopped trading. I mean, my like how actively I've been trading has definitely tapered off in NFTs since then, I think. But it wasn't like I went and like started selling shit or like completely like committing to that. Whereas with Arbitrum, I was like, yeah, I got to get the fuck out.
Was that mainly because you can get out with Arbitrum shitcoins? Most of the NFTs, at least I cannot get out.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, no liquidity
I have a good number I can get out with.
What can you get out on?
Right
I can only really get out on.
I have a good number of
I could get out on Spice, which I don't want to get out on.
I don't see a reason to get out on Spice for a while.
Yeah, and then like Webiverse.
Webiverse is hurting, dude. Yeah, I could exit that too.
Did you claim? I didn't get the PFP.
I did claim, yeah, but they're not that cool, honestly, and they're worth. I mean, floor is like 0.02, like 5 ETH volume total.
Jeez, they really fucked that up.
Yeah. I have a lot I could liquidate actually with NFTs. I could sell my Renga. I have this one Ordinal.
Oh, you still didn't liquidate that?
No, because it's actually for the first time it's down below. I had such a good entry, but it finally dropped below it for the first time since I bought. It's at 0.94 right now. I have this like Ordinal NFT I could sell for like half an ETH. I have a little Pudgy. I have one friendship bracelet still.
You have a little. Oh, you have a little Pudgy or a Pudgy?
Yeah, no, a little Pudgy.
Oh, Pudgy.
I was blur farming bids on it, and one of them got filled when I didn't want it to. But it's like right around where I bought it at. Like I could sell it easily and get out the same price. But I'm okay with holding it.
How you feeling about Blur?
I have that Valhalla still. Weird, I think.
I was doing some writing about it, and do you remember how I still have that same thesis of like they start adding new products, like NFTfi products.
Yeah.
So I was looking at their roadmap again, and it's pretty like secretive.
Their roadmap,
like they have like
it's probably because they don't have any idea. They probably know just as little about it as you do, except for like the more immediate deliverables.
But no, I was really looking into like, okay, how hard do you think it would be to implement something like NFTfi on any platform anywhere? I don't think it'd be hard. Is that naive or is that?
I I don't think NFTfi is open source, isn't it? The platform NFTfi.
I'm not sure if their exact code base is open source, but when I asked like ChatGPT to like write a
It's not a complicated thing to do. I mean,
code
there's
installer,
plenty
it
of
didn't
copycats
seem
out
that
there.
complicated. So, but you're grabbing like 30%, 40% of like NFTfi market share just by adding that. If you're Blur, like, don't you see them eventually absorbing, like a marketplace eventually absorbing that?
What was my argument against this last time we talked about it?
They
'Cause,
have
I mean,
to focus
implementing
on
lending is, like-
marketplace product market fit.
Right. Yeah. I think I still would say that. I mean, implementing something like lending is a no-brainer. I think they could easily do it, but creating new primitives is too much of a challenge, I think. Because they have all this volume now doesn't mean that's like enough. Because a lot of it's fake volume.
Yeah, but it's like users though. I think that's the main point. Like if you have the users logging into Blur every single day, like you will have a small percentage of them at least use the peer-to-peer aspect of NFTfi. So I think it's super easy to implement. I just don't get why that's not a no-brainer.
Protocol, sure.
They shouldn't do pooling. Like they shouldn't go bend down and start incentivizing like pools and shit. But throwing in peer-to-peer there for like almost like a Craigslist or eBay of like NFTfi, I don't think it's terribly wrong.
No, I mean, I think they could do it. I think they could do it, but it just depends. It just depends on like how their markets like match up with what's out there right now. And it's like I don't think it's a hard thing to do to create something competitive right now. It's for someone like them to create something competitive. But it wouldn't be anything new. Like it would just be your average like peer-to-peer lending and borrowing mechanism. Like I don't see them creating any new primitives. Was my point.
Do you think they have to for it to work? For it to like bring people to use it?
That's a hard question to answer.
I think no. I don't think they have to. I think they can copycat NFTfi and be fine.
You think they're fine with just a marketplace and like a basic like lending?
I mean,
built in?
How much iteration do you think they need to do on a marketplace? If you think that's what they should focus on.
It's tough to answer because like you have to think about like what the NFT market is going to look like 5 years from now. Like, is it going to be this PvP still? Is it going to be like what's going to drive it? Is it still just going to be gambling and speculation? Like, is there going to be what's the market for like gaming assets going to look like? Are gaming studios going to have their own marketplaces that users are more likely to trade on there? Like,
I think like the companies or protocols that like facilitate their product for what's happening now will be able to like mesh it and mold it for whatever comes in the future. I feel like that's just a must for like any of these projects that, I mean, nothing in DeFi looked the same as from the very beginning as to what it looks like now.
Yeah.
And like, there's definitely some, not major changes that happened, but like some significant new like phases that were rolled out.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I guess if that's the case, then it's probably not worrying about the marketplace bit too much. It's like they have the volume. If they can retain it, that's all that really matters. Like you don't need to worry too much about the direction of what happens with NFT markets or how the behaviors change there. It's more so just about adapting to fit to whatever is needed. And I mean, NFTfi also falls under that umbrella because like NFTfi isn't needed right now. It's not good at all. Like just because if Blur were to implement it, just
put everybody else out of business. I
I
think.
mean, it wouldn't make people suddenly start using NFT lending and borrowing. Like,
No, but anyone that would probably use Blur's mechanism because they probably have a tab of Blur open at that very moment.
if it's peer to peer, no, I would disagree. If it's peer to peer, you're gonna go wherever you're getting the best rates, and liquidity has been reasonably sticky to NFTfi. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
true. That's true, but I feel like, I mean, you can see that kind of stuff happening with like different, like with Spice. Like, I'm sure NFTfi, like NFTfi peer-to-peer liquidity is because of a lot of the, like, they're the premier choice because of, I feel like, their brand and like how long they've been doing this, and because the people on there are not just like people like, I mean, there's probably a few of you, but there's definitely not a lot of me that have like one or two things that are just like looking for like lending or borrowing on. I'm like, most of that liquidity is probably organizations like fucking Goblin Sacks or Spice that are like doing all kinds of money management via these NFT loans. I'd say the majority of it is. Or do you think it's more individual users with like one or two NFTs that are grabbing liquidity really quick?
I mean, it's both. I don't know what it's like now, but the statistic from a couple months ago was that five entities, five, I guess, like wallet, like groups, like linked, essentially one organization being one. Five entities make up something like 95% of the lending and borrowing volume in all of NFT finance. And some of that, you know, I think I know two of those groups. One of them is a person with like a team, like an individual who got into this and built a team to help him do it. Another one's an organization. I don't know how that's changed now that this was like well before Spice came out and before Ben Dow started offering incentives on lending and borrowing.
But if they do like season whatever of Blur airdrop farming, everyone will.
But even Blur airdrop farming is super top heavy. Like,
yeah, but they'll still leave NFTfi long enough for NFTfi to die, I think.
It's tough to say because like
why would you stay on NFTfi if you can get the?
But the thing is you're making assumptions about like market behavior when it's not market behavior. It's five people's or organizations' behaviors. Like it's not something like
those organizations are like the most money hungry, incentive driven people. Like they have no homage to like NFTfi, whereas like a one user regular person might be like, oh, I love this UI. Like, you know, I've always used NFTfi. Like, I have a connection to it. But like any org that I feel like you're mentioning is just going to leave for whatever incentives there are. That's why you see, I feel like BendDAO get any volume, any liquidity or any volume. It's all just like you said, people
volume from the incentives. Do they know?
Who Bend? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all just incentive stuff, and it's all just Bored Ape Yacht Club holders that are borrowing against their shit, and then they like cater to those users because they're the biggest ones. And so they give them like ape staking and like a bunch of shit, just like diluting their own token to infinity.
What was this? Sorry, I mean, kind of unrelated, but why did Paraspace's borrow volume
skyrocket for one day?
Yeah.
I think that was the I'm pretty sure, did Baramonium, I don't want to say it was Baramonium, but one of the guys from Honeyjar was flexing on like, or was that Caviar that they were doing that on?
Oh.
I don't really know.
Don't know.
I couldn't tell you what Paraspace was doing. But it's also like they're just like, I feel like it's just like a copy paste. Like, oh, we'll give you guys ApeCoin staking, like you can borrow against blue chips, and then Like, what else?
I don't know. I mean,
And there's probably going to be a token.
I'm like a little bit disappointed with the NFTfi space at this point. I feel like it's hard
Sucks.
for me to say.
It really fucking sucks.
But it's like it was like acceptable for it to suck for a while, and I think we're getting to the point where it's less so. I don't know. I mean, there's just obviously like it's hard
Do
to
you
say.
think it's like an over iteration? Like people are just trying to do the same thing slightly different over and over again? I think that's what the problem is, or at least specifically like lending, borrowing. That's what it feels like. They just do like a slight tweak for like BendDAO or NFTfi, and then that's it. And it's like, why even start whatever this is when there's already so little users for the top protocols in lending and borrowing, and you're just gonna make a small tweak and expect to like eat everyone else's market share? It just seems like wasteful.
I don't think that's the intended goal. I think people know. People, you can say no or assume that NFT finance is going to be like massive one day. So they see NFTfi or BendDAO or whoever who's been around for a while and been doing okay enough. They see them and they're like, they don't do anything special. There's no edge there. This isn't like a real like usable product, but it's like all there is. But there's no more like innovation happening there. There's certain things like requirements that need to be met before like we can really start to mature on some of these use cases. So let's just do exactly what they're doing. And then as new things pop up, as conditions start to improve, we can try and be the first ones to adapt and capture market share that way. Because there's no way, there's so many lending and borrowing protocols out there that are just so vanilla. I refuse to believe that like we're still this unimaginative, that like people are just getting into the exact same thing that already doesn't work and expecting it to work for them. Like they have to be. I just have higher expectations than that, I guess.
What do you mean by already doesn't work?
Like
are you saying like
not that it doesn't work, but just that it's not useful. It's at best it's an opportunity that's easily exploited by a savvy user with a reasonable amount of capital. And I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh. Yeah, I guess. Maybe I'm being too harsh because I guess it is like if with certain collections, yeah, it is useful. Like
because we're just not blue chip holders. That's why we're saying it's not useful.
Yeah, but it's not gonna like it's not gonna get there for. I don't think it's gonna get there for like your longer tail pool of assets. Like it's just gonna become harder and harder for reasonable loans to be offered on most on like 99% of NFT collections.
Okay, let's the NFTfi ecosystem. I feel like both of us had such high hopes for it like 2-3 months ago. You sold me on it. Like I really enjoyed it. Like I was thinking about like creating not a whole brand around it, but like just making that our whole shtick. You know what I mean? Just like because it felt so innovative, but now it feels like shit. Like I was going through that Notion, and it's like, holy fuck! Like I didn't even feel like clicking or writing like more than 3 sentences for any of these plays. Like I was just writing the name and it's like maybe a token airdrop. Like that's all. That's all. Like any of these are fucking like seem like useful for. Like Spice was really the last thing that I gave a fuck about. I mean, Caviar, they're just taking like pseudo 0 to 1 like innovation and just putting a nicer UI on it, basically making it easier. I don't know. It just sucks. It's just shit. But what do you think about like the NFTs like in general? Do you bought some shit yesterday?
Yeah, but it wasn't like.
Are you thinking of like? Are we back?
No.
Should I just
everything
refresh Blur 15 minute?
Everything that
throw
I
on the
have,
Blur.
at least,
Throw on the Blur
that
15 minute for us, real quick.
Okay. Everything that I have that
curiosity.
isn't illiquid is like pretty much at all-time low. So like I definitely wouldn't say we're back or anything close to it.
Do you expect to see the stuff that you have already go up to declare that we're back, or do you expect to see some like trend start emerging?
I don't know what I expect to see. I mean, it's a Sunday night. I don't think we're gonna see Sunday evening. I don't think we're gonna see anything here. I don't know what I expect to see, but I know that
I think we should have a Miladys though.
Happen, yeah, I've actually been thinking about getting one as of recently.
You should sell your Rengo for a Milady.
Yeah, I don't hate. Yeah, I like that actually. But Rengos are a little bit below that right now, aren't they? Up here somewhere. No. I don't know what I would like to see or what I would expect to see, but I do know if we just see the same thing that we saw like a couple months ago, I'd be pretty disappointed, all things considered. Like,
what do you mean, trends or?
No, just like
meta.
Just like nothing new, you know. Just like some collection popping up, like this one. Like let's say this pumps like 5x, and then all of a sudden we see four derivative collections of that, like in the top 15, whatever, here on the daily.
Oh yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah, and then we just see that over and over and over again. Like,
there's no way we don't see that. By the way, there's no way that doesn't happen for any trend.
What's happening to Pudgy presence here, to the rods? This thing's tanking. Is everything okay, Luca? No, it's just the rods for some reason.
You were hoping it was Penguins?
No, I mean no. I have nothing bad against Pudgies. I don't know that they make it to blue chip status like everybody has been like assuming. I think it was easy to assume that with like the run they had.
No, I think they do.
You think they do? I don't know.
Was it you that was showing me their Instagram? No, it was Josh Siegel. Take a look at their fucking Instagram.
Their
people
Instagram?
are, yeah, the way that they're like. You can go on mobile.
I'm on
let's look at all these tabs.
You can't see the other tab. Can you see the other tab?
No, but I'm looking at your current tab.
What do I even have
Lens
open?
leverage.
It's all just
DeFi llama.
Whose Instagram am I looking for? Pudgy Penguin?
Pudgy Penguins.
Pudgy Penguins.
It's like a decent, like, it's like they're using their brand as like memes. Like people who don't even know what an NFT is are like using it as like a cute picture.
Oh shit, I don't want to
dox. Decent following. Did you just dox? I'll cut it out.
Not me, but someone else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you think? 300-something thousand followers.
You're gonna have to block that part out, by the way. Oh, whoops.
Wait, I don't even see what part you're talking about. But
I kind of like this.
Right? Like, I mean, what's the 20K likes on a post? It's basically a meme.
Pudgy, well, look at their followers: Disney, Pixar,
Ariana, Gucci.
Or like, their following, not their followers.
Oh, go to their followers.
Oh, they got 360K. I don't think I'm gonna see anything.
That's a nutty following count for Instagram for an NFT project.
I don't see any mention. What about on the website? Because here, there's no mention of. What do you think about that? Link to their OpenSea. I think for something like Pudgy's, it's perfect. For any NFT collection that has a super big emphasis on community and brand and vision, you really don't want to make any mention of
Dude,
of
realistically,
crypto in a space like that.
what was that one like mobile or not mobile game, like browser game? That was a penguin game. You know what I'm talking about? Club Penguin. Why
No
don't they
way, you just
fucking
forgot
remake
what Club Penguin is called. You're that is such cap. No way you
No,
forgot what
I
Club Penguin
did.
is.
I did. I forgot the name. But no, I think we
They
should.
have a team.
I think they should do this.
They had a team.
Why don't they just build out a Club
Here,
Penguin? browser
what are they hiring a software engineer for? A full time? What do they need a full time? What? What? Meme maker for this to ship stuff like this? What?
What the fuck is this?
What does this have to do with Pudgy Penguins?
Oh, you
I
get
can
to
put
use like
traits
the
in?
Pudgy Penguin traits.
All right. So this is why they'll never be a blue chip. I'm just playing. I don't want to badmouth Pudgies because I actually
Did you
like
see,
Pudgies, but I don't think they.
Did you see,
I don't think they get there, to be honest.
The ByteGans one. Remember I sent you that one, the fully on-chain, like robot-looking blurry images. This dude went into like Sotheby's by the like first few weeks after listing on OpenSea. ByteGans.
Oh yeah.
You see that?
These things blew up, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not way down, but they're down. Like
The
everything.
dude sold like a one of one at Sotheby's for like a good amount. Anyway, I think your tweet was pretty spot on. Like, let's trade ARB for a few weeks and then swing back into NFTs. I definitely see it.
I wish.
I think it's
That
gonna
would be
happen.
nice.
I'm hopeful.
If you think it's going to happen, then now is the perfect time to start placing bets because everything is down a good 20-30%. I wish I'd sold my small brain. These things pumped and came back down so fast. I actually don't even know how I
That was
haven't
just
seen
like an
anything
ARB
before. It's
token.
quite impressive.
That was an ARB
Yeah.
token.
Yeah.
Any other? Do you think you pick up any other ARB alts as like things cool off, and maybe it does
I
like an
still-
optimism thing that everyone's expecting it to do,
I
or
still
it like
have
has its own
some
moment?
acid, which is like an LSD play. I actually don't like this. Oh fuck, it's down a lot. It's down like 20%.
Oh, that's not bad.
But it's at all-time lows since they launched like 4 days ago. I probably wouldn't be buying anything on Arbitrum right now, unless there was like another narrative attached to it. Like,
Do you like the options narrative? On-chain options?
I don't know enough about it anymore. I used to be like tapped in enough to make a decision there, but like, I guess I haven't checked, but my initial response is like, it's still like, I feel like if it were usable by now, if it were like liquid and like a viable trading hedging option, we would know by now. And like maybe I just haven't looked, maybe it's there, but that tells me that it's probably not there. And given that like I was first exposed to DopeX like over a year ago, it's like come on guys, like
What are we waiting for, kind of thing?
It's like, I mean, it's the same thing with NFTs or NFT finance, where it's just liquidity is the problem.
Oh, do you think? You
With
think we
options?
have like? I feel like the options like. The option shit was like difficult because you don't have people like underwriting and writing these like options. Nobody really wants to take the other side.
It's also difficult because like how do you price a crypto option? Like there's plenty of models for pricing options against equities, but obviously like a crypto asset is fundamentally different from a stock. So like the pricing just it just by nature, the pricing has to be like not solved by now. Which is like, I think I might have told you about this a long time ago. Like, if you're enough, if you're like smart enough with math on that level to be able to more efficiently price like crypto options than some of these platforms, which I totally think there are people out there who can, there's like an infinite ARB opportunity for you until that gets fixed. But I'm not smart enough.
I don't follow.
To do that.
I'm not smart enough to follow.
Like the price of an options contract, there's formulas to determine what that price is, and those formulas are usually used for stocks and equities.
Isn't it just what people are, or what the market is willing to pay for it? What like the platform, I guess, is willing to pay for it? Whoever would absorb that liquidity? No. Or is it actually a person on the other side
there's
following that pricing? Or is it mathematics?
Well, there is a secondary market. Well, actually, no, there's no secondary markets right now, I don't think, for options. But buying them for something like DopeX, where they have like X number of calls or puts for whatever every epoch, they're pricing them with some model. I don't know what model it is, but they're using some formula to figure out how much each option is worth, which is based off of, if it's an ETH option, it's based off of like the price of ETH. Funding rates, I'm sure, plays some role. There's like different volatility measures, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of math, and it's like there's no way that's like correct in my mind. Like they can't have just figured out how to do that.
I think it partially includes like what's going to attract people. What's going to like oh, this has to work out for me. Like this has to be a good trade.
How many people? No, people don't care what formula they're using. I don't think, unless you're on.
No, not about what formula they're using, but the formula that produces the price that the formula produces is what users first see in determining whether they enter or not. So if whatever price that DopeX puts out is like whatever pricing comes out of the equation is like, holy shit, it's like a deal. Like there's no way ETH doesn't do this, or there's no way Bitcoin doesn't do this. I feel like that also plays a factor because it like draws in more people. Does that make sense? Like
maybe
if you're betting on, what is it, ETH going to like 2,000 versus ETH going to 0, like the clear bet is going to be the most attractive. Like if the odds for it going to 0 were the same as the odds for it going to 2,000, like you would play the 2,000 because it's like a steal. I don't know.
The problem is that, number one, there's no secondary markets, no proper secondary markets that are like not OTC. So, no matter what, you're going to be holding until expiry, and also like the opportunities like that are very, very few, if at all, where like it's that obvious of a trade. Because like yeah, you can go and buy an ETH like 1,500 call, I'm sure, and chances are that's gonna clear in the money within the month. But the premium on that is going to be ridiculously high, and I mean they're volatile assets, so that's all priced into the option with these archaic formulas, the formulas that don't really work for volatile assets like that.
So a pricing problem and a liquidity problem, basically.
Yeah, and a secondary market, having a lack of secondary markets too, which is all the same as NFTfi, I guess.
Dude, yeah, I was looking at
maybe the pricing.
People talking about like NFTfi, like loan options. Like, who the fuck is underwriting that? If people won't even do that for DeFi.
I haven't looked too deep into
that notion is crazy.
Yeah.
Like if you really look through that shit, like there was one talking about there's one that actually looks like kind of decent. They're talking about not bringing only like NFTfi-esque stuff for NFTs, but like for everything. For LP tokens, for governance tokens, for insurance tokens, for like any kind of asset. They had an acronym, not standard asset, NSA. So like every single non-standard asset, they're thinking of like bringing I forget what they're called.
Which platform was this?
Let me see if I can actually find it.
Why does that sound familiar?
It is Pawnfi. Wait. Pawnfi might have been the shitty one. Yeah, it might be Pawnfi. You know NFTPERP is like dropping the airdrop? Oh wait. You can't hear me. I forgot you cannot hear me.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's Pawnfi. Their airdrop is like live. It's like a monthly infinite airdrop with 1.5 million cap tokens. It's like 0.5% of supply. Dude, if you go to the leaderboard, someone spent like 1,000 fucking ETH on the platform in volume to make like 1 ETH. Like 1,500 ETH in trading volume for 1 ETH.
Oh wait, I did not know this. You'll be rewarded with VNFTP tokens based on trading volume, be convertible, blah blah blah. Blah, blah. Countdown is 0. Oh cool. Did you get any?
I didn't check if I got any. I was just scrolling through the website.
If you've used NFTPERP,
I don't even think I don't think I put a single trade in NFTPERP. I was always looking at it, but never actually put one in. Did you?
I've been yeah, I've been using NFT. I saw this tweet a while ago, which was a really good idea. What I do is on insert finance, which is like fractionalized NFTs. I bought like 2 or 3 like Bored Ape like shards, which is like kind of just like being
another
spot
security
long
token.
Bored Apes. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, I bought like exposure to Bored Ape through that, and then for each shard I bought, which was like, I don't know, maybe like 0.15 ETH, I opened an equivalent amount short on NFTPERP. So it was like close to delta neutral. And I'm farming airdrops on both by doing that, which is pretty cool.
That's a good play. Why don't you tweet about shit like that?
I don't know. I didn't feel like it. I guess I didn't. Well, I guess I didn't think
that's
to.
That's like I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see people.
I also
about
grifted
that.
it from this guy who I forgot what his name was. So if I did,
That's
tweet
all
it,
on
it would just
CT, anyways. Just put his name at the bottom of
that's true.
the tweet.
That's true. Yeah.
Inspired by. Oh, I saw that you sent me this EK NFT. It is a Chromie picture. I gotta send that.
Oh yeah,
back to you.
I just well, it doesn't matter.
Just
now because
uploaded
Maintenance
something?
Live. Yeah, I was just scrolling through my screenshots and just picked anything that wasn't like incriminating or like identifying.
Yeah. For the I was thinking about this so Arbitrum launched like what, 2021? 2021, right?
2020, I want to say.
You want to say 2020?
No.
Let's say
maybe
20.
not.
Let's say
Let's say
2021. Or okay, let's say 2021.
2021, yeah.
The airdrop came March 2023. 2.5 years post launch for an airdrop. Why do you think people are spazzing out for like ZK stuff, airdrop, when we're most likely a year plus out from getting an airdrop? Or
Well,
what do you
it's
think the
just engagement
timeline
already.
is?
But they said it's a year. They've already said the timelines. Like, I mean,
Did they say that
I don't know.
explicitly?
Yeah, they said well, it's like one follows the other. They said like they will have a token, and then they said like they'll start the process of decentralizing sequencers when they launched.
They're
the
never
token,
going to
and then
decentralize
they said in
sequencers.
like a separate announcement, like we'll start focusing on decentralizing sequencers a year from launch. So it's like an if A then B kind of thing, but people are expecting it to be a year now, pretty much. People are just spazzing out about it because it's easy engagement.
Yeah, it's engagement for me. Yeah, I knew that, but I was just trying to. I didn't know that they released a timeline. I was trying to see if you had some thoughts on if you, do you think you want to go harder than? Do you want to try side billing? Like if you had like a fat wallet and like a fat amount of time, would you dedicate to that?
No, I mean,
like with the
I
Korean
wouldn't be
friend
side-billing anything, I
portfolio.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I would.
Do you think that's
It
worth
just
it?
seems like a lot of work for payoff,
Oh.
uncertain payoff. Like, yeah, you can. Yeah, there's people that made millions or
ZK
hundreds of
Sync's
thousands
definitely
off
going
of-
to pay off.
Yeah, but
Not like-
I mean,
Not in terms of price of token, but like they already released the token or somewhat of an idea of like the tokenomics. Like they're very like they have Arbitrum-esque ethos in my opinion, and so
they have good ethos.
so like they're not gonna go with like a 90%. Like they're gonna give a good share to like an airdrop. Like it's not gonna be shitty.
I mean, they already announced their token distribution, I think, and Arbitrum did not have a good token distribution, by the way. But it's not about like how they structure that. It's more so like I just don't think I would hope that a year from now, side billing and airdrop isn't as easy as it is now. Like even Arbitrum was able to catch
But it's
a
not
good
worth.
number.
But it's not worth falsely catching people that are regular users. Like, let's say you catch 5 people that are side billing and 1 user that's not. And it's just like a regular user, but you pulled them all together. I don't think that's worth the 5 side bills that you catch. You don't give a fuck.
It's free money. They can give it to whoever they want or whoever they don't want.
I mean, yeah, but that fucking sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
That sucks
but
for a user. I mean, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. But if you're a team building that out and like you model it out and in your model you end up catching more people that are just regular users and side bills, then
Well,
like,
I mean,
why would you push that
Arbitrum's
out?
is pretty effective, from what I know. I mean, there was some collateral damage, but for the most part, it was pretty effective. And there's projects actively building Sybil resistant infrastructure. So, like, I would not be at all surprised to see that get put to use. My point is that
I don't think it
like,
goes
I wouldn't
away.
side bill
Though.
in it.
That's my point.
No, it definitely doesn't go away. But you're putting in all this time and effort for like an uncertain reward, essentially. And like like there's people who are good at this stuff who like would get paid to do it or have been successful in doing it in the last like 5 big airdrops, whereas I haven't done.
You
it
don't
before,
consider
and I
yourself
have- I don't
successful?
have desire.
If you showed anybody your airdrop wallet, there'd be like
But
multiple accounts
but that's
that would be
different
like,
from
all right, I'll
cyber.
pay you to.
I
No,
just,
but you
I
could
just
just say that
I
you
just
side
use good
build.
shit.
You could just say that you side build. You get what I'm saying? Like it.
That's
people
not
who
a very
side
good
billing
job
or
of
not.
side billing then. People who are side billing are doing it across hundreds of wallets. Like if you're gonna do it, you gotta fucking do it.
It's
And
just.
no one
I feel like it's
fucking
just
do
a
it.
time thing. It's not like a knowledge barrier thing.
I would rather spend my time doing other stuff.
Exactly.
Personally,
How much would you have to
Yeah.
be paid a month to be a full-time side biller? I'd
that sounds like such a
say.
miserable job.
Honestly, I'd
That
take
sounds terrible.
40 hours a week, like 9 to 5. I take like $3,000 for that, honestly. $3,000 a month,
Really?
untaxed. I would do that.
You could beat that just by the gains you make from the airdrops. If you're side billing an airdrop 40 hours a week, and you're not coming away with at least
I'm
500K
underestimating
from
what
that
40
airdrop,
hours a week looks like.
and you're not coming with at least $500,000 from that airdrop.
Yeah, but I can only fund
don't,
so many
like-
wallets. and do so many things like with capital. So it's the idea of having like an infinite amount of capital and just being like the button pusher and like a bunch of different wallets for other people.
You have to pay me.
I would do it for. I would do it for
at least.
You're high.
Because you're making so much more than that in the end. Like, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say. Okay. Let's say you take like fees at the end. Take fees.
Okay. Then we can talk.
You take like what? Like you could take 50% of Airdrop. Yeah. You take 50% of Airdrop and get like $3,000 a month. That's a great fucking job. Be great with that. Anyway, so are we gonna Sybil attack ZK Sync for the next 2-3 years post launch?
Definitely not. I will. What I'll do is I'll keep an eye on ZK Sync the same way I kept an eye on Arbitrum, or I'll try to at least. And anytime I want to use something new, which is either use a new protocol or buy a new token, I'm just gonna make a new wallet, and that'll
should be organic.
That'll be good. Yeah. I'll start using sexes again because
Dude, it's actually insanely hard. There is no more on-off ramps with ACH wires. At least for like the shit that like in Australia or New Zealand. Fuck, my mind is blanking. In New Zealand. 2 biggest exchanges, fucking OKX, which is disgusting, and like SwiftX. And the only way you can get on and off is like MoonPay credit cards. That's basically it.
Damn.
But
I mean, it's for us. We don't have that problem. Like,
you don't think so? I haven't tried it in a while.
In the U.S., I would imagine Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin.
Kraken just stops ACH.
Kraken
just stopped ACH. Yep, March. They stopped it starting tomorrow.
I wouldn't even need to on ramp because I'm already.
You mean off ramp?
I'm already fully. Either one. I'm already. Well, I use Binance to off ramp, but I'm saying I would use Sexes to start funding the.
Do you off ramp into the Crypto.com card?
No, not anymore. I stopped doing that a long time ago. I off ramp from Binance into my bank account, but I don't do it often.
Binance US, or do you have a foreign bank
Binance
account?
US. I mean, it's pretty easy. I don't think I've off ramped that much money in the past like 6 months. I mean, I don't spend a lot of money, so it's pretty easy generally. And once I can start paying for things like Airbnb and flights with stable coins, I'm not going to be off ramping much at all. Like,
I mean, you should have arbed an Airbnb with USDC. Imagine that during like the DPEG. Imagine doing real life shit like that with the USDC DPEGing.
I wish, dude. There's
Should we pay attention to Ordinals at all? I had that on the list. I feel like the barrier to entry in terms of capital wise.
At all?
No, but I really like that the Bitcoin ad. I was actually writing about that. I mean, I feel like everybody was. But I feel like if you're a marketplace, you should be adding a bunch of chains. You should be adding support to everything, everywhere, honestly. But like, do it better than OpenSea does. Why do you think Magic Eden even gained market share? Did Solana was Solana on OpenSea before them?
Before them, no.
No.
But Magic Eden, Solana used to have a thriving NFT community. It was like one of the best things about it.
Did you see the D guides? They're charging 33% trading fees if you don't switch from Solana to Polygon by the end of, and then Solana to Ethereum by the end of, I think the 27th or the end of this month. He's getting a shit ton of heat for that. But I mean, it's like the marketing play that he does. 33% tax. That was
When DeGans are
insane.
just under 1 Bitcoin floor.
That was insane. That launch was insane.
I don't even.
He raised like
I
a
don't even
quick
pay
like
attention to
4
this
million on like 500 pieces. Like $4.5 million or something ridiculous like that.
stuff.
They're an A plus fucking brand in this space.
I guess now that I think about it, I don't really pay attention to many. I don't really pay attention.
He's
to
doing a
many
lot of shit.
brands.
You should
NFT
pay
brands
attention to
and
him.
communities.
The Frank DeGans at least is something you should be looking at.
Frank DeGans. Do I even follow him on Twitter? I don't think I follow him on Twitter. Frank. Kind of a father names their child Frank.
That is a shit name.
What's his Twitter? I can't
Frank
find it.
DeGans.
Frank DeGans.
But
Not him.
Ordinal stuff. Do you give a fuck about that at all? What have you given a fuck about this week?
This week, it's been a pretty quiet week for me. I can't even lie. I looked into a couple of just like random projects and determined that they were not really worth looking into too much further. I looked into some venture stuff, I guess, which was okay.
What do you think the last lull in the market similar to this was? I feel like both of us are kind of bored right now. Not bored, but like
Definitely.
it's like I don't know.
Last week was not nearly as eventful as I expected it to be.
I feel like
Given
our
everything
like
that happened.
dopamine hits that come from like this fucking hectic space is just like changing the way we consume the news on this stuff.
Yeah,
Everything happens so fast and like so big that like when nothing happens we're like just bored.
The fuck do I do now? Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
rather
I don't
have
know,
like
I guess
I don't know, another bank collapse than like me be bored for the week.
rather have another bank collapse.
No, I don't know. Was there like a lull similar to this?
I feel like
did
it's
you
really
see,
hard
like,
to answer
Lynn?
that because I wouldn't remember.
I feel like you would. I feel like I had a
Remember when
lull.
things were
The last lull that I felt was like when you previously got me starting to look at like NFT stuff. Like when I first started like paying attention to Blur Airdrop, when you first started texting me about that, like that period, like a week or two during that, I was like, a lot of macro shit happened, which is similar to what's happening now, and then like there was like a lull. An obvious play from then till now was like, I mean, there were some NFT plays that are less obvious, but like LSDs was obvious. AI coins was obvious. What else?
Arbitrum.
Arbitrum ecosystem coins. Well, that's like a
obvious.
timeline thing. It's like neither of us would have ever known that they were going to drop like within a week.
Yeah, it's true.
And we would have been too spread out, like trying to buy Arbitrum alts just for a potential drop that I thought would be in the summer.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I saw Lynn
there's
talking
times-
about LSDs. You put any
Yeah, I saw that too.
with Shanghai and stuff coming?
Yeah, I mean, I have this acid token, but I mean, my entry sucks, and I don't really like it as a long-term play. I don't know why Lynn likes it. I can't really, I can't exactly see.
Like small
what
market
makes this
cap
thing
and like
special.
a theme, or that's what I have
I
to
mean,
guess.
it's like LSD management strategies, basically, which is like cool, I guess. I mean, they're built on top of Pendle now, so there's like definitely opportunity there, but like Lynn said she's building like a long-term position there, which is like I totally wouldn't be doing that. Like it's pretty inflationary to start out, and
You have 500
I just
paid
don't know.
subs, and you can probably like get the value of like 1,000 of them with like one call, saying that you're building a long-term position somewhere. I don't think that fits in her ethos, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I don't really trust anybody on CT.
It wasn't a big like notice. It was just something I picked up on because I'm watching that project too. I don't think it was like a big thing she shilled or anything. But yeah, I don't know.
What was the Bankless shit you were talking about on Twitter? I forgot to ask you about that.
Oh, Bankless is
Saw your
just, I
tweet.
don't know, dude. Like it seems like they're just specifically
David Hoffman?
yeah, he's just firing for no reason. Like
About like Avalanche and like Solana and
yeah,
shit?
about Avalanche and Solana and like it's like, dude, like settle down.
Did you see Zach XBT? He said that like a giant majority of Avalanche TPS comes from or transactions in general comes from like North Korean hackers offloading and
No, I didn't know
offloading
that.
Bitcoin onto Avalanche.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, but no, I think like, what are you a Solana and Avalanche supporter? Is that why or?
No, dude, I don't think there's anyone who has put as much time and energy into the space as I have without even
Touching
thinking
Avalanche?
about Avalanche. Not even like
I don't get
couldn't
it.
tell you a single thing
I don't
about
get it.
Avalanche. I can
I
tell
don't
you
get
the
it at
logo's
all.
red. I can tell you there's something called a subnet.
That's what I was gonna
That's-
ask you what it was.
That's all I know about it. I don't give any shits about Avalanche. Solana, I was actually recently thinking I'm going to start buying Solana. It's just the bridging opportunities suck, and I don't really want to use a sex. But yeah, I don't know. It's
What's your
like
catalyst there? Let's map
My
out
catalyst?
this trade. Why are you buying?
well,
Solana?
it's been cheap for a while. I think.
Okay.
I mean, it crashed down. Let's go back to the like pre FTX.
What is it at?
Pre
I think
FTX.
anything above $15, you're overpaying. Anything above 10, honestly.
It's at 20. Anything above
Yeah.
10.
Nah, 10
was-
is crazy. 15 is, I think, more reasonable.
It's at like 20 right now.
What do they do? Have they been seeing any TVL growth, some transaction growth, some user growth,
I just
anything
like
growth?
the like scrappy growth. I couldn't tell you shit about their metric. Let's see. Is there any?
I like
any growth there?
Solana. I think their technology is like probably one of the more like better shit that's out there because they're not just an EVM chain that's like doing nothing. They're actually substantially different and can provide a different kind of solution.
Do you
but-
think Moore's law? Do you know what Moore's law is?
I know everyone cites Moore's law. I can't really tell you what it is right now.
I mean, in a nutshell, it's just that like data processing power will double every year, every 2 years, something like that. The super simple version of the thesis is that if you believe that, like, there's no reason not to buy Solana because it's the only chain out there that directly scales with an increase in computing power. But like, I mean, that's like cool and all, I think. I'm more interested just because I think there's still a lot of good projects building on Solana. Not like usable, but I
Name
think there's
one.
good teams and there's Teleport.
Name one.
Name one. Teleport.
I couldn't
there's-
name one.
What? There's a good number of gaming projects. Faraway
I
games.
don't even think
Mini
Teleport is
Royale.
on DeFi Llama.
Teleport's not. I mean, they're not. They're not live. They're
Oh, okay.
like when I say early, like I'm talking like shit you're not gonna find or hear about or be able to get exposure to. And I like their. I mean, this is like dumb maybe, but I like their dev community, like on Twitter and shit.
You're on their dev community on Twitter?
I mean, I see them every now and then. And also, I saw this tweet the other day that was like, for every outage that Solana has had, it was caused by like some specific issue. And each time they like patched that hole and moved on. It's just holes keep popping up. But I like that. They're battle testing the shit out of it.
I don't think that's true. They're not all different, I feel like.
Okay, well,
I have no supporting information.
Neither of us knows what we're talking about.
I have no supporting information, but that seems very convenient. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think so at all? Like, you have no doubt? You're just like, all right, that's it?
No, I mean, my mind is if they keep fucking up and they keep coming back, they got to be doing something, right? Like these devs aren't just sitting around doing nothing. Like, it's the chain's coming back up. They're still going at it. So like, I don't know. I'd imagine it's not all smoke and mirrors.
It's definitely not.
Holy shit, Solana's 12th in TVL.
It's disgusting.
Jesus Christ. It's below DeFi
It's
chain.
disgusting. It's disgusting. Did you see people talking about this Kava chain? Have you seen that?
A while ago, yeah. I think that's inflated completely. I looked into it. I thought about going there, but it's like one of those weird like anomalies in like the news cycle where like something shows up and people think it's new, but it's not new, and because it's not new, it doesn't actually mean what it says, and the hype is already there. So it's like, unless something new has come out in the past like 2 weeks that I haven't seen. But
somebody's coming out with an EVM chain or an EVM bridge. EOS. April 14th.
EOS?
I don't know why
EOS.
I know that. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I
that.
heard EOS was doing like a rebrand kind of
They're
thing.
doing EVM bridge next month.
Good for them.
So
Maybe
if
they
you want
can
some EOS.
finally make things right.
Near at 19. That's gross. Apparently people farm substantially on Algorand. Is that you that was doing that?
Algorand?
Yeah. It was
What
bridging
makes
over
you
there.
think I was farming on Algorand?
I forget. Somebody I know was farming on Algorand. Like, they apparently have decent yields somewhere. TVL is climbing, man. Algorand might be the next.
For Algorand? Yeah, actually, I heard TVL was at an all-time high not long ago, and I was really confused when I heard that.
It almost
But
touched
not
all time
confused
high.
enough to find an answer why.
Yeah, no, I think maybe there's an LSD play that comes along next couple weeks. But I don't know. I feel like this is the perfect time for us to find something. Find something with like some supporting, like, not supporting docs, but like, I don't know, more than just like a feeling. Give the people something, Ollie.
I don't know, dude. Identifying
What are the
new
VCs
narratives
saying?
when stuff's quiet is hard. And VC, I mean, I don't think that's valuable to everything we've talked
It's too
about.
far
I don't
out.
think that it's too lagging. Like, it's not gonna affect, unless the only thing that would directly affect like what you and I could trade would be like a big funding round for a project that's already liquid, or like Webaverse closing a huge round and then getting hacked or exploited.
Do you think I do like the synthetics play, like not the protocol synthetics, but like the synthetic assets? Because you remember Mirror on US or on Luna? I remember that was fun. People were doing so many strategies there. That was a cool time.
Yeah. Actually,
I think if we find like a good synthetics application, that would be awesome. But everyone feels like they're gonna go to jail if they do that.
I mean, for valid.
Do you think
reasons.
GMX does synthetics? Wasn't there rumors they do that?
I don't know. Synthetics is like, I don't understand. I don't understand enough about that space, which is like my.
It's
answer
like
to
just
a
a
lot of
virtual-
questions, but why can't you just use oracles? Like, why can't you just do oracle trading and like just trade wheat futures or whatever the hell you want.
I think that's what they do though. Just like virtual AMM.
That seems so easy. Why has no one done it yet? Why can't they just have infinite liquidity and just honor the price of some?
I think because it all comes. Well, the virtual AMM is like separate from the pricing oracle. Like they have to come up with their own way to like filter out data, so that they don't fuck up the AMM basically. I was looking on to like how like NFTPERP did this, and it's like to each their own kind of thing. Each DEX has their own, or each protocol would have their own way of doing the oracle. I mean, like, but I feel like with stocks, like you said, it can't be that hard. Like, there's stock information everywhere that's like not really movable, like an NFT is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like the synthetics, not specifically the DApp protocol, but like, I like that protocol idea happening.
I think. All right, here's my take, my uninformed take. I think things stay quiet for a little bit. We go down. We go down a good bit, more than people think.
That's consensus, though. I disagree.
Is it really? It's consensus that we go down?
To me, I feel like it's consensus. I feel like we're sitting in like a pretty solid place right now. I mean, what's Bitcoin at, like 28K?
I don't know. Oh, we're not even that low.
That's what I'm saying.
28K and 1770.
Yeah, we're at 28K.
Why are people so bare? I guess it's just because shit's boring.
Yeah, I think we just like chill for a bit. And then we just fucking
outperforming. It's out 20%, up 20% in the past week. All right, I have to unfollow this fucking Frank guy. You didn't tell me he tweets this. You didn't tell me he tweets this much. I just followed him, and my feed already has like 4 tweets from him.
Yeah, no, I think we just chop. Like, I feel like this is our new range now. Like, we won't see below like 24.
Oh.
And we won't see higher than like 30 for like the next like 9 months.
So NFTs.
Yeah.
So what I said from the beginning. One of my friends, I totally forgot. He sent me his like whole thesis on redacted, and I was supposed to respond, but I forgot, and I feel really bad because he put a lot of work into this. But you think he'd be mad if we talked about it now?
Steal his whole thesis? Yeah.
No, not steal his whole thesis, but like, I'll give him credit.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is too. I actually don't know.
Do you have time?
This is like in depth. No, I don't have time. Actually, we should wrap up soon.
I gotta buy this soon too.
Maybe I'll see.
Any calls you want to make?
Send
it to me. I'll look at it. Yeah, anything you want to like for your future self next week.
The edgy scribbly art thing, whatever that was. What's that called? Dark Thoughts.
Oh, Dark Thoughts.
Yeah, that's going to 4ETH. By
what's blur volume looking at now? Anyways, is that on DeFi?
There is no blur volume. I mean, there is blur volume, but it's all forming.
What is the token at?
The blur. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I forgot blur had a token.
I remember I said I buy under 60 cents, right?
It's under 60 cents. It's been under 60 cents for almost a week.
Damn, do you think that's what happens with Arbitrum?
You always say you'll buy something under some price, and then it goes under that price, and then you never actually
I never do. No, I buy Blur... What are we at? 53?
You're just going to lower your...
We're not going to see 50. I would buy Blur here. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right here.
Then buy it.
I have no fucking money. I mean, I might go on like I have some gains on Arbitrum, but I'm just waiting for my, my indicator to tell me to sell ETH, but it still hasn't. It was on the 2-day it came up, but it hasn't come on the 3-day or the weekly, so we're good for now.
All right, here's my call. Here's my strategy that I would be.
I like Blur.
That was more liquid.
That's my call for the week.
Yeah, I might play Blur. Oh, I might consider playing Blur, but I think it's better EV to play some of these like second tier NFTs that seem to have dropped a lot in price for some reason. So like MFers, Miladys, maybe
MFers no,
Valhallas.
Miladys yes, Rangas no, Valhallas no.
You don't like MFers?
No,
I like
MFers are gross. Miladys have the cult. Out of anything on that list, you pick Miladys.
Miladys
I guarantee they outperform anything on that list.
They have the strongest cult, I think. But
the other ones are bullshit. They're not real cults.
Yes, they are. MFers is there. It's just they're quieter, I think. Valhalla is also there, but I feel like Valhalla is secondary. Like nobody is a Valhalla first. They're a Valhalla like second or third.
They're all Azuki.
And Rengas, I don't.
People that
honestly,
are trying to get like
I can't
high
tell you
beta
shit about the
Azuki.
Renga community.
Exactly. I say, man, you know what? I can't wait until we start
Pudgy's,
finding
that's another one.
dog coins again.
Dog coin. I mean, it was happening on ZK Sync, like right.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
ZK Inu, all that stuff. I mean, I guess
Did
that
you
was
see
like,
someone on that
obvious.
manages one of those accounts like was talking shit, like cussed somebody out or like completely obliterated somebody on Twitter with a ZK dog coin account? It was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
see
What was
that?
the tweet? It was like
No, it was
I actually
insanely
don't I don't want to
disrespectful.
repeat it on stream.
You definitely
'cause
can't
it was
repeat
actually
it.
It was actually really fucked up. I remember what it was, but like people were responding to like the screenshot, and they're like, "Oh, that's base," and then they posted like a screenshot of them following the account.
The token probably appreciated like 60% at least post that tweet.
Yeah, I mean, easily.
That's the worst part. Oh wait, let's look at my Matic call. Didn't I say Matic back to like 0?
I mean, you're always calling Matic to 0. I can't keep track.
They're down. Let's look at the weekly. They're down close to 8% on the week. Since I've been
8% on the week.
one,
What are they down in
2, 3,
ETH
4,
terms,
5.
not in Bitcoin terms, in ETH terms.
Oh, let's do that. on
They're also down in ETH terms.
Because they're shit, man. Let's
They're down in ETH
do.
terms. They're probably down in Bitcoin. I would be, maybe we buy Matic soon. This is getting
Fuck no.
coming down to a pretty. Well, actually, not really. No. Not
Matic back to 80 cents. Within like 4 weeks. 6 weeks.
Matic goes back to 80 cents within 4 weeks. ETH goes back to 1,600 at least. At most.
Stop associating Matic with ETH.
I'm not associating them together. I'm just saying the only way Matic goes that low is if the rest of the market.
That's
goes
like
there,
saying
too.
Matic is gonna pull down Bitcoin. It's
I'm not saying it's
Bitcoin
gonna
that goes
pull it
down,
down.
and Matic is gonna go down afterwards.
Yeah, but one doesn't happen
But if
without the other.
Matic is just a shit project, they'll just go down by themselves. Is what I'm saying.
That's not going to happen.
And no one else
Not
will be
without- Not
affected.
without some big news. That is definitely not going to happen. That rarely happens with like a top 20 coin. I think that it just tanks on its own without any news.
Watch.
We'll see.
I mean, I'm not saying there's not going to be any news. I think the news is they run out of money and they don't produce anything. CKY.
You think they? Okay. We'll see.
That's what I think. Anyways, that's the end of the pod. I say buy Blur, short Matic, and buy a Milady. That's all you need to do this week. That's how we should close off the episodes weekly.
I actually kind of like that, except we definitely have to. You gotta
Not
throw all the
financial
financial
advice.
disclaimers
Not
everywhere.
financial
Yeah.
advice.
You just put that in all the channels, all the socials, and that'll probably get the point across.
Fuck it, let them sue us.
What's my advice? What's my advice right now? I'm gonna be a contrarian, and I'm gonna say.
Is there someone in your room or in the hallway or something?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Anyway,
know why that's so
it's fine.
loud. Is there a door open? No, it's not open. I'm gonna say stables are king this week, but shitty stables. So I'm just pulling this straight.
I like this. So like LUSD, Frax,
so
FXS.
No. See, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to
to
Y2K, and you're gonna provide liquidity for the hedge pool against MIM. For
Magic
this
Internet,
epic,
man.
what am I earning for that? What am I earning for this?
Oh my god, I have to turn on a VPN to use Y2K.
Ha! That sucks.
Constantly annoying. Share screen. I'm curious now. I want to see what the.
I actually don't know how to use Y2K. I know how Y2K works. I've never used it before, though. I can't even lie. There's no.
You're banking on a stables collapse now of all time.
No. You provide for hedge, so you're banking on it not collapsing. Oh, there's like no liquidity in this thing. Oh, the
How long
Epic
are
hasn't
the
opened
epochs?
yet. Just like a week. No, not even a week. Like 5
What's
days.
the return over a week? Over 5 days.
Well, none of these are live right now, but in the past, for Frax, it was 18%. For
So you're
MIM,
betting on the
23%.
success for 18% in 5 days?
Yeah.
That's
a
is
stupid
that.
play. I'm not any position.
Wait,
that makes
no.
me
Is that
feel-
APR or APY?
No. You're not making 20% in 5 days. You're making 20% APR. Yeah. Forget I said anything. I was trying to be quirky and it ended up backfiring.
Give us the play. Give
I
us
don't
the
think we
weekly
buy.
play.
I don't think we buy anything this week. I think
Really?
you consolidate where your conviction's stronger, and you
I turned you into a full bear within like 6 seconds.
No, I'm not saying sell, because I have a lot of holdings still. I wouldn't be selling any. I would just
Consolidate into what? High conviction or like high market cap?
high conviction. So like
Give us some high conviction.
your gearboxes,
No beating around the bush, Hully.
Gearboxes, a couple of NFTs maybe. If you got squiggle money, always a good time to be buying a squiggle. What else?
I kind of want to sell my ARB to buy a Milady right now. Is that bad?
You think Miladys outperform ARB?
Within a week?
It's a tough question. Are you gonna rotate within a week?
I don't even think that play outperforms ETH within a week. But nah, I know ARB is easy $3. That's the thing. I know as soon as I sell, it'll go to $3.
I mean, who knows how long that's gonna take? I don't know if it gets there soon. I think ARB is easily
It's
up
programmed at
for a little
$3.
bit, but I don't know about $3.
It's never going below $1, and it's programmed at $3. Give us a call, man. Give us a very specific call. I gave exact names and tokens. I give exact financial advice. Give us something, man. Then no one's gonna watch this.
Gearbox. We'll say Gearbox.
Gearbox
Add to the
within a
Gearbox
week?
bag this week.
Okay. Add to the
Gear-
Gearbox
No, not
bag.
within a week, but just a good time to add to the Gearbox bag.
Add to the Gearbox bag this week. Do you have an NFT one? Are you still on the Gen Art
NFT
wave?
one. Gen Art's pretty cheap right now. I wouldn't be mad about buying any Gen Art. If I were to recommend one,
Please don't say French.
I mean, MFers are at a good price, I think, honestly.
What are they at?
They're at a 0.89.
Oh, what's the one that that we looked at with the weird like art? Oh my god, it was around Milady price. I'm blanking on the name. But that one, it's like I'm losing my mind right now. It's like
Is that the Lady Art?
No, it's not Milady art. It's how do I have to connect my wallet to Blur to search? Anyways, it's like the Scream image almost. It's like very neon colors. What the fuck is it called? Now this is gonna hurt my
Rep guy?
wrecked guy. What are they sitting at?
0.9.
Holy shit, Lens is at $283 for a profile.
It's pretty expensive, honestly.
Buy one.
Because especially, I mean, they're gonna open it up to everyone at one point, so it's just speculation for the airdrop right now.
So I should wait. I should have bought one a long time ago. Wrecked guy. Let's see what they're saying. It's one of those ones like along with Milady that I kind of like. 200 something volume. Yeah, I think Wrecked guy at half an ETH is an auto buy. And you buy a Milady now. Yeah,
You're
they're
stingy,
at point.
man. My God.
They're 0.8.
You think they go down to half an ETH?
They don't have enough use case as a Milady does. They don't have enough traction.
Enough use case? What use case?
Milady has a lot of use case. Did you see the fucking Milady game that someone is making? It literally looks like a better version of Fortnite. Holy fuck. Hold on. I have to show this. I get to eat in like a few minutes. There's no shot I find it. But it's like a full-fledged video game, like a PvP video game. It's actually insanely cool. It's like an anime style, but also like Call of Duty. Probably Milady Maker probably tweeted it. I think Milady is like... Do you consider Milady a blue chip?
No. The fuck?
What?
You have way too loose of a definition.
Milady's definitely a fucking blue
There's
chip.
3 blue chips that exist right now. You have way
Okay,
too
name the
loose of a
3. I
definition.
guarantee you end up naming 5.
Bored Apes, Punks, Azukis.
Okay, you left out Chromies, Squiggles, or whatever the fuck. So there's 4. And are you not putting D-Guys as blue chip?
D-Gods are not blue chips. I don't even know what is a D-God worth? I can ballpark what all those first 3 are worth off the top of my head. I can't tell you what a D-God are D-Gods on Ethereum? You're not about to tell me that a collection not on ETH mainnet.
They're going to be.
You're not about to tell me that a collection not on ETH
Dude,
mainnet
you saw that
blue chip. Are you
BTC
kidding me?
D-Guys are selling for 1 Bitcoin.
Okay, and
First of all, it's one thing to sell those things for a value of a Bitcoin. It's another thing to get fucking people on Bitcoin. Get people to actually use it. You see how many people were auctioning there? You're high. If D-Gods is not a blue chip, I'm sorry.
D-God, I mean,
There's no brand. It's
not just price. It's not just price and hype. It's
Yeah,
longevity.
it's a brand.
They need to be able to sustain it. They haven't sustained it yet. They've been doing cool shit in recent memory, sure, but they haven't actually they haven't backed it up with they haven't gained the trust yet.
I disagree. I think D-Guys outperform Apes next bull run.
That doesn't make them. Doesn't make them a blue.
Sign, seal, and deliver it.
Maybe they do. But
Do you
just because
disagree?
They outperform doesn't make them a blue chip.
Yes, it does. How does it not?
Blue chip isn't performance. Blue chip is image, and it's value retention. I think likelihood of value retention.
If you get up high enough,
it is much less likely that sure, maybe D-Gods outperform, but there's a greater chance that they underperform ETH or some other asset. Whereas Bored Apes or Punks underperforming is practically not possible.
Bored Apes and Punks underperforming ETH not possible over the next bull run.
Yeah.
I
would say they're the only
I don't put
two,
Apes.
they're the only 2 undisputed. I don't want to put
Apes.
Apes in that category, but I have to.
I don't put it. I think Apes get wrecked by
Apes
the
just have
SEC.
to be. Apes have to be there. Yeah, I guess they could get an
I think
example
the
making
Apes
out of
have
them,
it. Yeah, I think that's what happens.
but they have.
Anyway,
to
I gotta go eat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat too. Should get some food.
Oh, are you hungry? Are you hungry?
I'm
sure.
I'm a little.
I'm sure you're just as hungry.
I'm a little famished. Yeah.
That's episode 10. I'll see you.
All right.
See you, Ellie.